So, in chapter 1081, when discussing the man with the burn scar, Lafitte says, they say he rides in an all black ship that swallows enemies in a gigantic vortex if they get too close. Perhaps that's a devil fruit at play. I think that's actually true, but the more I thought about it, we've done videos on the ship possibly being coated in hockey, but the more I thought about this, the more it made sense. Okay, so over the course of One Piece, we know that Zoan fruits can be eaten by objects. However, we've never seen a ship eat a Zoan fruit. We've seen ships be affected by paramecia powers, like the art fruit held by Jola of the Don Quixote family, and we've seen a living ship before, technically, thanks to Big Mom's soul fruit, turning her ship, the Big Mama Shanter, into a homie. So a living ship does exist in One Piece technically. But thinking about it, we've never seen a ship eat a Zoan fruit before, turning that ship into a legitimate living creature with its own abilities, not connected to any other devil fruit powers. So I could see that happening with this pitch black ship that the man marked by flame is said to be on. And I do think this whole whirlpool causing ability that Lafitte mentions might be the power of the ship itself, and it being a devil fruit user. Now, with that being said, it could be a mythical Zoan. And when it comes to mythical Zoans, I have two ideas in mind that could be possible. So the fish fruit mythical model Kraken and the turtle fruit mythical model Kappa, because a Kappa and a Kraken have something in common. They both drag people down into the ocean or the water, as a Kappa is known for dragging people into rivers and lakes, whereas a Kraken has often been depicted attacking boats and dragging them down into the ocean. So I think the trait that these two creatures share by dragging their victims into a watery grave has now become an ability to create whirlpools in the water by this black ship, or at least that's what I'm thinking of. However, shout out to a bunch of people on the Discord, because I remember them talking about this quite some time ago. But in the real world, during 1853 to 1854, a man by the name of Commodore Matthew C. Perry sailed to Japan to open up its borders on a ship called the USS Mississippi. Now, the important takeaway from this is that the USS Mississippi is a black ship, but the Japanese illustrated this ship as a big yokai of sorts, as a big monster, because it has two different faces on it and it looks like a demon that roams the oceans. So I could believe in One Piece that the black ship that the man marked by flame rides on is probably a riff from this illustration, meaning that the boat is actually alive. So that's why I think that this black vessel is some sort of mythical Zoan fruit user. In addition to that, I do think it could use hockey, because that's another thing we have not seen before. We haven't seen a item Zoan use hockey, despite them technically being able to, because they are living creatures. So that would be interesting if it could use hockey. But yeah, that's why I'm coming to this conclusion, because we've never seen a devil fruit be eaten by a ship. So if this is a reference to Matthew C. Perry's ship, the USS Mississippi, and the illustration of said ship by the Japanese, I could see this being just turned into an actual character in One Piece that attacks nearby vessels with its weird whirlpool powers, thanks to its Zoan type devil fruit that's most likely of the mythical variety. But if you are liking the video so far, click the like button. And if you want to see more from me, click the subscribe button followed by that bell so you never miss a video. In addition, if you could hit the hype button, because it really does help. With that being said, give me your thoughts and tell your friends about Polypede. What's it?